All right, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is our agenda. And first thing we're going to do very, very quickly, we're going to review some of the syllabus vocabulary, and then I'll introduce our guest speaker, Mabel, who is a recent graduate and is now taking English 111 at Bunker Hill Community College. And she's going to be able to give you more information about the experience leaving our program and going into college than I will, because she's doing it right now. So she's the very best source about information from leaving our program and transitioning to college, is to talk to a student doing it in the moment, because she has more information than the teachers or the administrators, because she's living it right now. So all the questions you have for her, she's giving us her time, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mabel. Q A, that means question and answer. So when you direct a question to Mabel, just make sure you are in a there's not a like if you're in Chelsea or Revere, some students, there might be planes landing above your head. Just give us a moment. If your apartment is super loud, maybe write the question in the chat. And then we can take care of that. Some of our I had the evening students last night brainstorm several questions, and I already sent them to Mabel. So we can start with some of those questions and then take more questions. And then we won't take up any more of Mabel's time. She's only got an hour, and before the break, we'll review attaching assignments. And Mabel is going to show us how to attach an assignment on the Bunker Hill platform, which I'm most excited about, because we use Google Classroom and it involves attaching assignments, but when you get to college, they have their own system, and sometimes attaching assignments can be tricky. So she's going to show you, she'll show you how to do it. And it's really valuable information. Then we'll just follow with the assignment. I've got an article from a community college review to read, so practice some reading. We'll wrap it up with a discussion, and whatever time is left, I'll give you to finish your writing assignment. So this probably feels like, anybody know the word déjà vu? The French word we use. It was only a few months ago, Mabel, you were in my class every morning listening to me run my mouth and go over it. Mabel's like, oh, I'm this guy talking about what we're going to do in class. So for Mabel, this is just like you never left, right? Anyway, so reviewing syllabus vocabulary. This is the asynchronous assignment, and I'll be real fast. Asynchronous assignment, that means assignment you do on your own. This is what I gave everybody Tuesday, because I was at the training in Worcester. So all these words like syllabus, course code, grade breakdown, office hours, that's what everybody should be familiar with now. So if you study those vocabulary words on Tuesday, what Mabel's going to tell you today will make a lot more sense. So I'll stop talking. And Mabel, you're the star of the show. So there we are. I made the slide for you. So everybody, let's welcome Mabel. She's taking English 111. Tell us everything about it. And then when you're ready, you can start answering questions.
First of all, guys, I am Mabel. Thank you very much for inviting me and allowing me to share my experience with you. A few months ago, I was at the same place that you. I was in your classes, and now I'm inside the program English 111, thanks to Centro. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about English 111, and then I'm going to answer your questions. I made some notes because I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to forget nothing. English 111 is more than it's based on writing. It's more theory. It's based on the main goal is you have to improve your writing, your English writing. And level 6, let's see, with your classes is more dynamic. There's more interaction. There's break rooms where the students can touch bases. So both courses are pretty great, but
sorry to interrupt, Mabel. Everybody, I enabled the closed captions. So while you listen to Mabel, you should have an option to see the words on the screen. Keep going.
okay. So what I was telling you guys is that both courses are great, but they have a different point of view. Let's talk about English 111. English 111 is based on grammatical rules. You will be able to write different essays. And what I noticed is while your writing is getting better, your speaking will be better as well. Because sometimes I have noticed that some students, some folks, they told me, oh, Mabel, I saw this course were different, more dynamic, with more interaction as your classes. And I say, oh, this is writing. And what is true is that we have a gap in English grammatical rules because we didn't attend to high school in the USA. And if you want to be a professional, if you want to go to college, or even if you want to improve your English, you need to know how to write in a good way, how to write English, how to use a comma, semicolon, how to put it in the right place in your paragraph. English 111, from the beginning in this program, the professor is announcing the first essay. This essay, but I'm telling you my experience. I don't know the other versions, but I just tell you, this essay is about an event, essay, a situation that you have that happens to you in a short period of time. And the teacher, she wants to know that you write your idea, you describe this essay, this event, in your essay. The essays have in common 3 steps: draft 1, draft 2, and final essay. And it have rubrics. Rubrics, there are conditions that you need to follow while you are writing your essay. The second essay, well, I'm going to talk about draft 1. In draft 1, she wants that you first describe your essay, your event, you write your ideas, and once you submit it, I'm talking to you because it's a professor or it's a woman. She wants to know if both are on the same page, if you are writing what she wants. It's pretty hard to write for another person because this person is going to use your idea, the way you're writing, but think that this is for a good reason. You are going to improve your English. Second draft is about grammatical rules. It's about you have to have a sequence of your idea that flows your idea from one paragraph to another. Unity, cohesion, transition words, themes, rules that you're going to learn in the program. And the final draft is the final touches. Just everything is according your feedbacks that you get from the teacher. The second essay is about description essay, when you have to describe a person, an object, a place, and you have to give details like smell, taste, texture, emotions that you feel for this thing that you're describing. And it's the same. You have to follow rubrics, grammatical rules, and so far the 2 essays that we have had because we are in the middle of the program. Meanwhile, while you're writing your essay, there's homework, activities, assignments that you need to submit on time. This is a very demanding course, very strict. The professors are very strict. So everything is important. Attendance, you need to submit your assignments on time, the participation in classes, everything counts. And that's more or less what is about Moodle. Moodle is a platform, it's a website that both teacher and students work with. There's we submit our assignments, our work, our essays, everything on Moodle, and we get all the information of the course on that platform. And I can answer your questions because it's more or less what it's about. Sometimes people are like a little bit disappointed because they think they're not good enough at writing. I left that behind. I'm adult. I have no time to develop my ideas. Make an effort, guys. You are going to improve your English in that way. While your writing is getting better, your speaking will be better because you are writing your ideas, you are embodied your ideas in a paper, and sometimes it's a challenge, but at the end of the day, it paid off. First question.
Oh, hang on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have the list of questions for,
Okay.
take a minute. So it's okay.
Okay.
No, I'll slow it down. So thank you so much for preparing that, Mabel. So most of what she was talking about, you could probably read on the screen, and you could review. Most of what she was talking about was covered in that syllabus that I attached. The way they have a writing process, you'll have a bit of writing on a Monday, a bit of writing on a Tuesday, and then you'll have at the end of the week something to submit. I have a feeling that right now a lot of the students are saying, who is this lady who speaks English so well and knows exactly what she's talking about and has all this confidence? I can't do that. No way. Who is that? So I want to I want to just squash all those fears right now. Mabel, can you tell everybody where you come from and how long you've been here?
Okay. Guys, I'm from Cuba. Yeah, I'm being here a year and a half. Yeah, year and 5 and 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's first off. So everybody who thinks, okay, whoever this lady is, I can't do what she's doing right now. No, it's not possible. So, okay. So Mabel is from Cuba. Okay. Don't need to go into any history lesson, but it's not that easy to come from Cuba and have and get to where she is right now. So so all of you who are struggling in various things in your life, you can Mabel is here to definitely be an inspiration. 1 year and a half. That's incredible. Now, any questions? Just opening, just to get to know Mabel. Fatima, wait, do you know each other?
No.
Fatima, you might have been in class together.
No, in person, but Fatima is like a familiar name. I thought she was my last course with you. Yeah.
Yes, maybe in the summer. I think.
Hey, you know each
Okay.
other. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I wanna tell her thank you. Thank you so much for she's sharing with us. And the second thing, good job for her because she's perfect. She's perfect in English. That's all. Just thank you for give us a little motivation, a lot of motivation, not a little.
Oh, it's so nice. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. If there any questions off the anybody wants to know right away?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Gracie, you probably have met Mabel at some point. She was with us last semester.
Sure.
Familiar face.
I'm not sure. Hello, Mabel. I'm Gracie.
Hi, Gracie. How's it going?
Yes. I would like to know how much time, in real time, are you investing in these classes?
Good question.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of work to do after classes. You need to dedicate time to write your essay. I believe that, I mean, it's not rocket science, it's just you have to put love and time, save time for this to write your essay. So I would say that you have to write a lot. You have to spend time in your ideas because sometimes you submit an essay, teacher, um, you know, you have to change this or change your topic idea. You have to retake the essay, and yeah, you have to spend a lot of time writing. It's not a thing that for a day. It's a thing that consistent, persistent, uh, and you have to do it every day. If you want, if you're, is that your main goal, you have to do it every day, and you
Thank
will
you.
have the results.
Thank you.
That's a really great question, Gracie. A lot of the stuff that we talk about in class, like scheduling time between work and life and family. So if you have a few hours of your class time, then you think, okay, well, I have maybe 20 minutes before my kids wake up. Then maybe after my kids go to sleep, I've got another 20 minutes. And if you can figure out those blocks of time in your weekly schedule. And what Mabel said is that you can't just look at an assignment and think, okay, I can do this in 5 minutes and then leave it alone. Then you'll be in big trouble. You have to consistently find time throughout the week.
One thing that I want to add is, guys, I'm an immigrant like you. I have the same concerns that you. I have to pay bills. I have to work as well, but you can do it. It's just that you need to be focused, to spend time in your essays. And when you feel, hey, I'm not good enough, it's important teamwork. In our group, when someone is falling behind, we talk with that person. Hey, what's going on with you? You can do it. Second opinions are pretty important. You can switch your essays and touch base with your student, with your folk, and you can say, hey, if I were you, I would change this. Second opinions. And teamwork is pretty important as well to make this program successful in you.
Any more questions? Anybody, go ahead and you can throw up a hand raising emoji, it's fine. Or if you have a question, you can type it into the chat. So I see Vera, Leticia, Andres, Christian. Oh, we already had a question for Fatima.
Hello, Mabel. How are you?
Hey,
Good, how are
Christian.
you?
Good. We met before in the event with Michelle Wu.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I was in the
remember
picture.
you.
Okay. First of all, congratulations. Is like a image for us because we are trying to improve our English, and we were talking about time, and I think it's the most important thing because we need time to study, to improve, to practice and everything. But I have one question. When you are in the program, do you have some benefits? For example, um, do you have the opportunity to go to the museums, or do you have the opportunity to go to trips, and or just study and reading and that's it? How is the process? I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't had that experience. My the program is online, but I believe if I check the email, sometimes there's activities, school activities that involve several students to do that kind of sightseeing, yeah, to the park, to museums. Yeah, I believe, but I haven't done.
You do have a student ID, right? A BHCC
No,
ID?
no, no.
You haven't picked it up?
In some point, Antonio thought about that, but I'm sorry, guys.
So anyway, well, at some point, I know you've only been doing it for a few months. If you go and pick up your student ID,
Okay.
I can pull up one of my old college ID from somewhere. What Christian is talking about, museums and other places will have
Okay.
discount for students, but you have to show your student ID. So you're so busy, you haven't picked up your student ID yet. Go get your student ID, and then at some point, see what it can get you.
Okay, yeah, that thing that I learned here, and I will do it because that kind of things to go to museums, parks. I think I like that kind of things, so I will do.
Christian, your question actually does kind of segue into one of the questions that our evening students brainstormed last night. I'm going to send this one to Mabel right now. What is the ratio of online versus in-person classes for English 111? That's what one of our students last night wanted to know.
Thank you.
What's online, what's in person?
So for me, online, it's very comfortable. You are in your own space. You save time. You don't have to spend time in your commute rail. You just wake up, do your things. This is a calm state, and you can save time of that. But on the other side, on the other hand, in person, it's face to face, it's the old school. You have more interaction with the professor, with the student. I would say that to mix up both online and in person will be great. But so far, the classes are online.
Correct.
Are on Wednesday and are from 9 a.m. to 11:30.
All right, perfect. I'm going to write this down. The question I'm putting on the screen, and the answer is, what is the question students asked was, for this class, what's the ratio of online versus in person? And the answer, I want to make sure everybody understands, 100% online. So, like it or not, it's not which do you prefer, because we're very accommodating here at El Centro. English 111 has been for the past 3 years and will be for the foreseeable future 100% online. So all these skills of reading assignments on the computer, typing out those assignments, using that spell check, and turning in those assignments all on time, crucial, because that's what the class is. Tell me if that is correct, Mabel?
Yes.
Yes, so everybody, what we're doing right now, this is what's going to get you ready for college. So in person is great, but that's not what this class is. That first class is online.
Yes.
Fantastic. Next question. Now, anybody else, if you have a question, if you have a new question that comes up, just type it into the chat and we'll send it to Mabel. Here we go. Next question. Was it hard to get used to the American school system, the way Americans learn? And I'm reading word for word from one of the evening students who couldn't make it this morning.
For me, it was like a natural transition because we are in George's class. He's an American professor, very professional, Ashley as well. And they follow a pretty good program. And I believe that, of course, things change because we need to know new rules in English grammarly rules. But I haven't seen any change. Just be a good student. And when I say good student, hey, not always be on top. Just be consistent. That's the good student.
I just wrote down on the screen that her answer, your answer to that question was George and Ashley are great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Ashley thanks you too. So yeah, but in all seriousness, what both Ashley and myself have been doing is we try to make this class, level 6B, as close to English to college as possible. So it's not like a whole new world you're stepping into, so that you're
Not
ready.
at all. Yeah.
Okay, we got a question in the chat. I'm going to read it. Here we go. Okay, and this one is from Claudia. Hi, Mabel. Do you know if they have classes in the afternoon? Well, that
Oh,
would be,
Clarice.
each class has a different schedule, but I mean, she can answer that.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. So, professor told me, this is the schedule. Because I believe that El Centro have to talk with Bunker Hill. They touch bases and they finally agree to one schedule. So it doesn't depend on me. I don't know about the
But,
afternoon classes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Mabel. But actually, what relates to Claudia's question is the most recent assignment, the vocabulary following a syllabus. When you read a syllabus, the first thing you see is that information, is the schedule of the class. I'm trying to see if anybody here right now was here last night. Well, I mean, was with me last night in the evening class. Basically, part of my lesson last night was, if you read the syllabus and the first thing you see is that you cannot make the class, what you should do is withdraw from that class because you can't make it. You have to get into another class that you can make.
Maybe you can switch. Maybe
Yeah.
you can talk and you can switch. Yeah.
Because you're going to, if you stay in the class without withdrawing or doing something, if you know you have a conflicting schedule, you're just going to fail the class, and that will affect your GPA. That's your grade point average. You want to keep a high GPA, which is crucial.
But I would say, if this course, everything, this course is going to be the next program, High English 111, I would say stay together. It's much better. You know each other. If some of you don't have the schedule, make an effort, because once you're changed to another group, you're going to feel alone. You don't know the students. Maybe the students are American, they know the English guy, and maybe you are going to feel behind, with no motivation. So I would say stay together. That's my advice.
Does everybody understand what she means by stay together?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you understand what you mean. But can anybody, maybe Christian or Doris or anybody, does everybody understand what she means by stay together? Because it's a piece of information that I've never told you.
Yeah, stand up together, learn from each other, talk to each other.
Well, typically, because everybody, we have the relationship with Bunker Hill, Fatima, it doesn't mean just study together. It means when you move into this class, very likely class with the people you know from El Centro, which is great.
Okay.
And Mabel said, if you take another class, you might be in the class with the Americans. What are you gonna do? Say, listen, you better change your schedule, or you're gonna have to take classes with the Americans. You really have to study your English.
Yeah. And maybe
so
you
yes.
have a question, and you are the only person, because it's not your language. Maybe you fall behind all the time. I'm the person who doesn't know anything. So my advice, as I said before, stay together. It's much better.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, yes, and if anybody has a new question, but just put it in the chat. I'm reading from the list that our evening students gave us. Okay. What advice do you have for El Centro students right now?
I would say that don't give up. Follow your dreams. There's a lot of people behind the scenes supporting your dreams. That's what I saw the last Wednesday. And don't waste this opportunity. Not everybody have this opportunity. And if you want to improve your English, we both we have the same goal. We have to improve our English in a high level. We don't want to have a gap in our conversation with a native English speaker. If you want that, fight for that. So guys, study, write. I am not good enough at writing. Yeah, you can do it. Because if you want something, you take it. Well, definitely you're going to have success.
Next question. One student said, how many drafts do you need to write before turning a paper in? And I think this actually, I'm really hoping I can share this with my level 6A class, the formerly level 5 class as well, because we're going over proofreading in that class. Because for a lot of students, once they write a paragraph, they think, aha, I worked so hard on this paragraph. There's no way I'm going to ever change anything. I look at all that English on that paper. I can't change anything. So, Mabel, when you are writing a paper, how often do you make changes, revise it before you give it to the professor?
A lot of time. I constantly change of ideas. I develop my say. Sometimes when I sleeping, oh, I have a great idea, and I run through my cell phone. I write it, okay, and I will save it for tomorrow. That's it. So, in a nutshell, you all the time are thinking to improve your essay.
Very good.
It's a process, definitely.
So I just wrote down writing is a process. That's the way she's. So yes, writing is constantly changing. It's think of a painter.
Yeah.
Maybe I can put a little bit of this here. I can put a little of that there. It's an art. It's not a science. Writing is a process. Excellent. Let me think. Let me see. Any other questions in the chat? Okay, nothing else in the chat. Next question from our evening students last night. Are you working and studying right now?
Yeah.
You are, okay. I felt maybe that was a personal question, but the answer is yes. Okay.
No,
Can you tell us how you juggle that?
It's fine, guys. I'm an
You
open
make it
book.
sound easy.
Yeah.
Really? Can you do that without smiling? Can you look tired or something?
Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. If you think, oh, this is too hard, oh, I'm not good enough. No, change the mentality. Enjoy the journey. Yeah, as I said before, guys, I'm an immigrant. I have to pay bills. I have to work, but I save my mornings to study, to work out, because I my leisure time I like workout, and at night I work. And the last week I worked like 40 hours. Do you need to be focused? Oh, I want this. Sometimes what I notice, what I've changed some all of my program English 111, there's a lot of people who don't save time to write an essay. This is not magic. You have to save time to write. But when you're writing, I can show you your English speaking will be better. It's a transition. It works at the same time.
So I wrote down she is working full-time and studying. I think one of the more important things that you said was, you said, I work at night, and I know that for this schedule, classes are mornings, right? But obviously
Yeah.
not this morning because you're here with us.
Yeah, and I
So-
will want to tell you, yeah, I work in Contessa restaurant. It's based on the Newbury. I work as a host, the hostess position. So at the same time, I am improving my English, speaking all the time with unknown persons, with customers, and that's another way to improve my English.
Nice, nice, nice. A lot of students actually very often, when you work with, do you communicate with your job? Listen, I am studying at this time, I'm working at this time. You give them your availability.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
very important because I've had many
yeah,
students
from
just
the
stop
beginning,
studying because the boss says go to work.
my priority, well, I don't know the other person. My priority is my English. I mean, I have to save money as well, but
Mhm.
my priority so far is learning. If I arrive to some, I mean, if in this world they give me, oh, I'm sorry, this is the availability. If you don't want, okay, next job, because my priority, I'm focused to learn English. But
So, yeah.
sometimes, let's not be rude. Sometimes, I mean, the people understand, because guys, American people value it when you want to learn the English. You want to learn their language. They value that. Oh, great, you are learning. Okay, I support you. Okay, what's your availability?
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So valuable what you just said. So yes, legally, if you have a job, you know, it's a contract, you know, you are working for that time that you're employed. And if you're not available because you're having class, you have to communicate with
Yeah.
with your boss. Many people from many different
Yes.
cultures oftentimes are afraid, oh, if I don't work all day and all night and turn this job, you know, moving boxes in a warehouse or whatever you're doing, if I don't give up my life for this job, I will lose my job and I cannot feed my family. So don't be afraid to tell your boss what your availability is, especially right now,
Yes.
because companies need people to work. So right now,
Of-
if America lost its immigrant population right now, we'd be in big trouble because we depend on all of you for everything that we do. So
Yeah.
yes, whatever your job is, give them your availability, read that syllabus, work out your schedule, so that everybody knows you are studying, you are working, and you have your life. Very, very
Of
important.
course.
Let's see, I think we're almost done with those questions. Any more questions in the chat? You can write your question in the chat. Mabel's going to give a demonstration in just a minute. Are you running low on time?
Hmm?
Do you have to go right now?
No. I'm going to
Okay.
share. Well, I mean, I
Yeah, no, I
I've
wanted to make
never
sure we
done
had
that.
time
Let's see.
for you to explain. So because we do have one new student, I'm actually going to review how we attach files in Google Classroom. So this is really going to seem like just like an old class that you've taken before with me, but it's good to review. So I'm going to go to the assignment on Google Classroom, show everybody what I'm asking you to do. You'll actually recognize it. It's very, very similar to one you had last semester. You'll say, oh,
Okay.
I remember this one. But I'm going to ask Mabel to explain how our assignments on Google Classroom are similar and different to the platform Moodle, MOODL, that you use at BHCC. That's Bunker Hill Community College. So here we go. This will look really. When I go to stop sharing and I'm pulling up the, okay. So going back to, all right, so there is the Google Classroom page. This will look very familiar for Mabel here. All right,
Mhm.
so yes, you remember all this on Google Classroom, and you go into the most recent assignment following a syllabus. So this might look familiar. There are the instructions, and it says, you read the instructions, and then the instructions after reading the syllabus, describe in 60 to 80 words, very short writing assignment, and then attach this writing in a Google Doc. So you go into Google Documents, finish your writing, make changes, and then attach it. So that's how it works when you attach a file with Google Classroom. But now you're going to learn a new program. This is a head start. So I'm going to give Mabel screen sharing permission. Here we go.
Okay, let
And
me see
she's going
because I've
to-
never done that. Let me see here, tap here. Okay.
I feel bad. I didn't teach you how to share your screen when you were my student. Hold on a second. I got to give you permission first. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to give you, okay, now you are co-host. You must have done this before. Okay, you're co-host, and the screen share is a little green button on the bottom.
What do I have to share?
Yep, you'll see a little green arrow on the bottom, but you can see. Two of you have already gotten a head start and turned in the assignment. That's Jen and Franertes. So perhaps Franertes, you're still here, right?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Fantastic. So yes, since you already turned in your assignment, I might turn to you once in a while just to answer a few questions. So I'd like to get a volunteer reader to go over the instructions right now.
I can.
Go for it.
Right?
Yes, please.
After reading the syllabus in class and listening to the interview with our alumni student Annie Sanchez, describe in 60 or 80 words what will be your biggest challenge taking college classes in America, apart from the language.
Excellent. So you heard in the first hour from a current BHCC student, Mabel. She described many things, but when you go into the syllabus, we've been going over this. We've been going. Oh, there he is. There it is. We've been going over this the last few classes. I'm going to go into the part of the syllabus where attaching files becomes really important. So they have the course description. We went over critical reading and writing, course assignments, these things, goals. And this is what Mabel was talking about. You'll have 3 big papers to write. They'll have due dates. And the vocabulary I sent you on Tuesdays regarding submissions and timelines. And I know that Ashley's talked to you in depth about plagiarism, these things. But here is where it becomes very important to attach, to get in the practice of attaching files correctly. Yes, this is what I was looking for. I'm going to underline this right here. Who could tell me what this means?
All the homework, it's gonna be done, should be done before 59 p.m.
Right. It's not just all the homework. You have homework regularly, but you have several papers that you build up. So 11:59 p.m. Now, here's a question. 11:59 p.m. Does this mean that your professor is sitting in her office on Friday night at 11:59 p.m. So I'll ask the question one more time. Does this mean that your professor is actually sitting in her office at 11:59 p.m. on Friday night, waiting for your paper? Yes or no? Everybody.
Could you repeat the question, please? Sorry, teacher.
All paper submissions fall on Fridays and should be submitted by 11:59 p.m. Does that mean your professor is in her office at 11:59 p.m. waiting for you to walk in and hand the paper to you?
Macaroni, chicken.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No, no. That would be a miserable life. You could not pay a professor enough money to do that.
Oh, sorry. My daughter she was
No,
screaming.
no.
Sorry.
That's why I'm going over. No, I think nobody is actually paying attention right now. Oh, Mabel, you're still here. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought you. I'm gonna get some. Claudia. So the question is the professor actually sitting in her office at 11:59 on Friday night, waiting for you to hand a physical paper to her?
I don't think so. Maybe on the
No, that would be a pretty sad life, right?
yeah,
So I know, okay,
absolutely.
Claudia, you're
Uh-huh.
paying attention. You're still with us. Okay. Everybody else, this is called a deadline. And Mabel is still here. It's fantastic. So, what does this mean if you finish your paper, say at 11, maybe you finish writing your paper at 11 Friday night, and you realize, oh, I gotta turn that thing in. You're out with your friends at 11:45 p.m. and you got a problem. Maybe your internet's down, maybe you have no idea how to attach the file, or maybe you're looking at the Moodle website and you're going, oh, so much English. What's the problem you're gonna have?
Am I asked last answer? Yeah, me?
Anybody.
Oh, you're
Go
falling
for it.
behind schedule?
Well, how so? Well, no, what's actually gonna happen right here? If it's 11:45 and you've got 14 minutes to submit the paper, what do you need to do?
Maybe you will be late because you need time to read, to understand everything. So it's too late to start.
Well, of course it's too late to start. So that's the situation. So let's say you actually did write it. This is just a random pile of paper I have. Let's say you did write it and you're ready. Let's hope you did a good job. Let's hope you have carefully read the assignment. You did follow the steps all week, but it's 11:45. You've got a little bit of time to turn it in. What's a problem you might run into? You have to know that your file, your document, is going to attach properly on time. Mabel, since you're still here, what happens?
Okay.
Yeah, what happens
Yeah.
if you can't figure out how to attach the file until 3 a.m. and then you turn it in? What happens, Mabel?
Well, I know I won't be able to attach my file on time. So maybe I have a situation with my program, with my website. So in that case, what I'm doing is test the teacher, and I send my say, for example, by email. But I just need to be sure that my essay, I'm going to submit my essay on time.
So
Whatever,
what she's,
it
yeah,
could
yeah,
be.
what she's describing is it's a lot of trouble, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, you want to avoid all that. You want to make sure you know exactly how the program works and you can attach your file on time. Otherwise, you're going to be saying, Professor, I had a problem with the computer. I had a problem with my internet. I did this, I did that. Professors really hate that. Really, really hate that.
Yeah,
Maybe you
that's
could get away with it once, but if it becomes a pattern, professors will just mark you late. It's late. 3
that's
a.m.
because,
That's
yeah,
late.
that's because I already have a problem with sharing my screen because I didn't check before. I haven't had that experience sharing my screen. Was That's one pretty good example.
No problem. We never practiced it. No problem. But I'm talking about a situation where student for the first time is in class. They have this deadline to attach a paper by midnight on Friday, but they really don't know exactly how to attach the file correctly. What to do?
That's a huge problem. Yeah,
Right.
they need to know with previous time how to deal with the system, with the website, how to attach assignments, how to submit assignments. They need to do a previous research and be comfortable with the system.
Right. Right.
No, yeah, don't do the things at the end of the day. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, so we learned about they were called penalties in the vocabulary. So you have attendance, you can be late you can miss 2 classes during the semester. Is that the same with your class right now, Mabel?
Sorry?
You can miss 2, you can have 2 absences in the semester, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
that hasn't changed. Yes, and so if you get more than 2, it says right here, your final grade will be reduced by a minimum of 1/2 a letter grade. So that's losing a lot of points. And then it says a student who has missed an excessive number of classes, 4 or more, will not pass the class. So this is a big challenge for a lot of people who have really, really busy lives. And without naming any names, Mabel, some of your classmates have not been able to manage the class properly and had to leave, correct?
Yeah, what I noticed that those persons have in common, they have a lot of work. They've spend a lot of time working. They also have 2 jobs, and I don't know. Every we are adults, so every person can do what they want, but they need to have priorities. So I believe if I will have 2 jobs, I won't be able to do my assignments on time, to write my essays, because I'm learning this language. So maybe a person who speaks the language can write, spend like 2 hours. I need 5 to do the same job.
Perfect. Yeah. So what she just said is, thank you so much for staying with us, Mabel. If you're working just 1 job, you can manage a class. If you're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and you have a family, you shouldn't get into this. This is too much. Or you'll have to figure out another way to manage it. And the way you can learn to make the decision whether or not you can manage a class with everything else going on in your life is to look at that syllabus and know exactly what's expected of you. let's see. And right here, the class participation, you'll be expected to be an active participant in small and large group discussions. So if you graduate with your class from El Centro, you're talking to people you already know. But what Mabel said before was, if you move to another class, you're going to be talking to perhaps other people you don't know, perhaps even other Americans. That's really jumping into college life. And sink or swim.
Yes.
You will. It's not like talking to your teacher at El Centro. It's really interacting with you're really into society. So yes, these will also be challenges. So let's go back. We're going to start first with we're going to go into breakout rooms right now. I've given everybody this video of former graduate Annie Sanchez and her challenges. She eventually excelled and received scholarship to continue. She was from Columbia. And what I'm going to ask everybody right now is to share in breakout rooms. I'll make 3 breakout rooms. Share in breakout rooms. What will be your biggest challenge taking college classes in America apart from the language? So, of course, the language is a challenge. What will be the biggest challenge? Will it be managing work in school, managing family in school, interacting with a professor, following those deadlines, all that stuff? So what will be your biggest challenge? Talk to each other in quick breakout rooms right now, okay? I'm gonna stop the recording and we're gonna go into a small group discussion. So when I bounce in between the breakout rooms, I wanna hear a lot of talking, lots of talking. This is usually, this is more of a kind of a lecture class than it usually is. Here we go. Here we go right now. And you know what, Mabel, if you want, we can go into a 4th breakout room together and I can show you how to do the screen share if you like.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Here we go. Three breakout rooms. Here we go. Actually, Mabel, you can stay here with me in the main session and I'll stay right here in the main session. And I'll show you how to do the screen share. Hey, Christian. Perfect. Okay, so Christian, go to your breakout room. All right. So I'm going to show you how to go into the settings right now. So when I go into Zoom, here we go. It could be the computer settings or the Zoom settings. We'll figure out which one. Christian's probably working right now. Poor Franities is now by herself. Let me fix this.
No, sorry.
Yeah, Christian, go to your breakout room. Franities is waiting for you.
No, sorry. Yes, I was late because I have an inspector here right now. I don't know why.
No problem. No problem.
He's checking the gas.
Gotcha.
And he was asking me for the panel, and I cannot understand, but now I'm free. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah. Click join because Franities is waiting for you.
Thank you.
And you can ask the inspector to join the conversation too. No problem. All right, perfect. Here we go. So, all right. So when I go into Zoom settings, here we are. I'll pull up. It could be your computer settings or the Zoom settings. This is a PC, so it'll be a little different from your MacBook. But okay, here it is. So here's my Zoom settings. So this is what your Zoom account should kind of look like. When you go into settings right here, it'll say, and I'm the host for this one. So I'll say waiting room. Yes, that's when people are waiting and I enter them. Meeting passcode. Nope, I took off the passcode. Embedded, and down here somewhere there should be host video. Yeah, Okay, participants video, yeah, so everybody can turn on their video. Enable screen sharing. If it's not here, it's in the computer itself. That's off. So these are all the little things you can do with Zoom. Co-host. So allow co-hosts to add co-hosts. Now I did add you. Let me see, make sure. No, you still have it. So yes, you are still co-host. Allow co-hosts to do polls and quizzes, be anonymous. No, none of that stuff. And okay, I'm going to send this person. Hello, student. How are you? iPhone. Breakout room. Okay. Silent person. I'm going to send you to room 3. Maybe you're the inspector. Okay. Lauren, how you doing? Hi, Lauren. So Lauren, yep, okay. All right. So there we go. All right. So screen sharing. Allow hosts and participants to share screen. Okay, so that's on mine. Hosts only. Now you are one of the hosts right now. So
Yeah.
okay, so it's not my Zoom settings. Try one more time to do the it should look like this. Share screen on Zoom. Should look yeah. Does it look like this? Like that. So you hit share screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks just like
Yeah.
that, right? And then you hit desktop. So you hit desktop. So try it again. See if it works. And then I'll leave my screen share is done. Now you try it again. Oh, actually, I don't have to record this. Okay, so now I'm using an imaginary student account to show everybody how to follow through and attach the assignment. Okay, Fraternities, where are you, my dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so pretend I'm a brand new student who has never attached a file to Google Classroom before. What's the first thing I need to do? I thought about it in the breakout room. What's going to be my biggest challenge taking college classes in America, apart from the language? What's the first thing I need to do to finish this assignment?
For me, teacher, in my opinion.
Just tell me the next step. I have to write it, right?
Yes,
Write it on what? Attach this writing in a Google Doc.
Google Doc. Yes,
Okay, so now tell me how to find a Google Doc.
Select the point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 point is next to G.
Beautiful.
The circle
Okay.
G.
Does everybody, no, this is where, does everybody see what Fraternities is talking about? All the way up there, a nickname for this is called a waffle. Kind of looks like a waffle. Or you can call it the 9 dots. The one, what Fraternities say, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Yeah, that's it. And then what do I do? Oh, so many choices.
Down. Yes.
Scroll down.
Scroll down and select
So
doc.
many choices. Docs. Okay, so everybody sees that one, the blue one, docs. Okay, and I'm opening up a brand new document. So even at a high level, we still need to go over all this basic stuff because it's going to save you in college. Here we go. And then tell me what to do next.
And the blank.
Blank.
The
Okay. Open up a blank document. Okay, and now what's next?
You start to write.
I start to write. Oh, there's another thing I should do. I should give it a title.
You can put the title, yes.
Yeah, the reason why you want to give it a title, if you leave the document, you need to find it later. So I'll call it my biggest challenge, whatever it is. Or college in America. Or following a syllabus, whatever I want to call it. I just need to find the document later. So this is the name of the assignment, following a syllabus. Okay, what? And then I start to write. And I need to begin a paragraph. My biggest challenge starting college in America will be blah, 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 blah. I'm writing. And let's say something happens. My kid is screaming and one of my kids picks up the computer and throws it across the room. And hours later, when I start again, oh no, how do I find it? What do I do, fraternities? Tell me, save me. It's gone forever?
Yes, teacher.
It's
And for
gone
me,
forever.
No,
what?
because
What
you
is
have-
gone forever?
Okay, Christian, tell me, how do I find it again? The piece of writing I
No.
started.
Exactly. No,
Okay.
because it's automatically he saves automatically the information.
Correct. Correct.
You
But
don't
where
need
do I
to
find it?
say,
Where do I find
okay,
it?
you need to do the same process. You need to go to the 9 dots.
There you go. Go back up to the waffle. And then I open up a brand new and start over again.
Yes, please. You can do.
No.
No.
No. You don't start over again. Where is it? Everybody see this thing? The circle?
Right.
Everything you've ever worked on, if it's a Google Slide document, anything you've been writing with Ashley, it's all here. Watch this. You'll see all kinds of stuff. There it is. And it's always the most recent. So when I make assignments, the most recent is always right there. So I open it up and it didn't go away. Look at that. It's automatically saved. There we go. So if you're my age and you know what it's like to use an old Microsoft Word document and not save it, not press save, it's gone forever. That doesn't happen when you use Google Documents. It saves automatically on the cloud, but you have to retrieve it. And many students can never find their old documents. That's why you give it a title, you go back into your Google Drive, and it's there. We take it for granted these days. So let's say if I want to attach the assignment, what do? Fraternities, you did this. You can walk us through. What do I do? How do I attach an assignment?
Click on the link.
What
Did you-
link? That's Fatima, right?
Yes, meet Annie Sanchez. No.
Oh, this is the video.
Oh.
Remember? And then there was something to read and something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to attach the file that I wrote, what do I do?
Link did you make for us, the George? It's up up on no?
Nope.
PDFs? No.
You have to press add or create.
Yes, everybody. So there it is. If you're starting with a new Google document, sometimes I make it even easier and just give you a template to turn in. But now I made it a little harder. You have to attach the file because that's what you're going to do in college. You have to attach it. And where do you attach it? Add or create. And Mabel's system is Moodle. It's a little different, but it's almost the same. So you add. And what am I going to add? Fraternities, you attached your file correctly. What did you do?
Google Drive.
Google
You
Drive.
select or filer, or you can create the new document there and start to write
well,
there.
Why would you start all over again? We've already written it.
I always use the Google Docs, blue one.
Right.
Drive.
So you could, let's say I finished writing it, because you're not going to do it in 5 minutes. You're going to take your time over the course of a week. Remember, I gave you about 10 days to do this. So you do a little bit, and then you turn it in. So if I've already finished my writing and I need to find it, where do I find it?
Google Drive.
Yes, Christian, beautiful. Google Drive. And there it is. Okay, see, I recognize the title. There it is, add. And then when I'm absolutely sure I want to turn it in, I press turn in. Okay, and there it is. And look, it's due April 4th, which is next week, so I turned it in on time. Now, what if I realized I submitted the wrong thing? What can I do?
Unsubmit.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Excellent, Christian. Unsubmit. Unsubmit. So all of these things, this is exactly what you'll be doing at Bunker Hill Community College. This is all practice. Everything is online. Everything involves following the instructions and turning in the assignments on time. If you could get it right with this class, you can do very well in English 111. Everything we do right here is training for English 111, every moment. There is no in-person interaction. You're not, so everything we're doing right now, if you feel confident with this, you're going to do well. If you are not confident with attaching files, interacting on Zoom, get used to it right now. Improve, get better. And guess what? We can wrap it up for today. Any questions?
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up, wrap it up. So this was, hang on a second. This was Lauren's first class. So Lauren, today was a little unusual. We had a guest speaker speaking longer. Most classes are more interactive than guest speakers speaking longer, taking questions. So not every class will be like this today. That's it. That's it. Any questions at all?
Thank you so much, teacher. When we
Well,
when we gonna start 111? When?
Well, we gotta finish this semester first.
The semester, okay. We're so excited for our challenge.
Well, yes, exactly. If you can follow our assignments
Yeah.
and get it done, this is like training. It's a test.
Okay.
Then we can confidently send you to take English 111 in Bunker Hill.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
That's
much.
what we're.
Thank you.
This is training for college. Every moment you're with us, it's training for college. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
All
Thank
right, I
you.
love the enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
teacher.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.